Signature guy in football right now in Indianapolis is a man named Andrew Luck.
When you mentioned star, Andrew Luck may very well be at the top. Paul George right there, maybe Elio Castroneves. It all probably in the end, though, starts with Luck. He is a popular man around Indianapolis, from races to soccer games and, yes, even weddings. But there's no question what is still number one for number 12. The third-year quarterback is front and center for the team's OTAs this spring and early summer. He's hoping to lead the Colts to their first Super Bowl in 5 years, and he'll have some help to do that, since most of the team from last season is back. So that's why the next few weeks are all about fine-tuning.
The routes, the handoffs, the cadences, all those little things that need to be fine-tuned for the season. You know, this is when we work on them, and it's a chance to troubleshoot a lot of things, to come up with some crazy idea and test it out in practice. You sort of have the license to experiment and tweak things.
Many don't think he has to, as evidenced by that popular meme from last year's playoffs. Luck collecting great numbers in his second campaign with the Colts, his 3,800 yards passing and 23 touchdowns, helping the team to its second straight 11-win season. Back-to-back races last weekend for IndyCar drivers in Detroit tested the physical resolve of the drivers, and that will be the case again Saturday night when they head to fast-paced Texas Motor Speedway. Yet the 1.5-mile high-bank track is a welcome challenge for Ed Carpenter.
It's become a lot more difficult than what it was back in my younger days, but as an old veteran with experience, I appreciate the difficulty at times, because it helps separate your experience from guys with less.
Now, right now, no one has more points than Will Power. He's a win in the second duel of Detroit, has him 19 points ahead of 2013 Texas winner and teammate Elio Castroneves.
We did a lot of great things this season. We were the first Big Ten national seed ever, and we're going to hold our heads high.
Even when Kyle Schwarber, the man you just heard from, was at his lowest when this homer ended IU's season in the NCAA tournament on Monday. But his emotions were a little better this evening, just a few picks into the MLB draft.
The Chicago Cubs select Kyle Schwarber, a catcher from Indiana University.
Schwarber was taken with the 4th overall pick by the Cubs in the MLB entry draft. The junior catcher warranted the selection by batting .358 with 14 homers and 48 RBIs for a nationally ranked Hoosiers team. And he is the highest selection in the history of Indiana University baseball. Now, the sport in general is mourning tonight the loss of longtime player and manager Don Zimmer, who died at the age of 83 last night. Indianapolis played a major part in his baseball life, as tonight's Larry's Lookback shows us. Zimmer's first full-time managing job was right here with the Indians back in 1968. He retired from playing the season before in Knoxville and Buffalo, where he also had managerial duties. Following a stop in Indy, he would go on to manage 2 more minor league clubs and 4 in the majors. Now, 2 coaching stops he had in the big leagues were San Fran and Cincinnati, his hometown. The teams met today, and it was the Giants who honored Zimmer with their bats. Michael Morse first, and then Brandon Crawford a little later, smacking a pair of homers as the Giants beat the Reds 6-1. And we'll be back with more news after this.